Hey guys, it's Steven with Foxtrot Family Law. We're going to answer a question on Avvo today, avvo.com, where you can find answers about any kind of legal issue, whether it's child custody like we're going to be talking about today, or whatever your question or case might be about. You can find answers to general questions. You can find profiles of lawyers that might be able to help you with your kind of case. So let's look at a child custody question on avvo.com. And is there a law with child custody that states your children must be able to sleep in a certain condition? So right there, I don't think there's any specific law about sleeping conditions other than best interest of the child, but let's dig into the details. My children are visiting their dad at his one-bedroom apartment, age 11 girl and 7 boy. I learned that he has them sleeping on the floor with his jacket as a blanket. He also does not have any towels for my children to dry themselves when they take a shower, with no shower curtain. Can I do anything to stop overnight visits until he gets his apartment furnished? It's gonna be up to the judge, but you can certainly file a petition to address those issues. I think one of the evidentiary issues that this person is going to run into, if they do choose to file a petition, is where's this evidence coming from? In the question it says age 11 girl and 7 boy. 11 is pushing it on how young a witness can be, a reliable witness can be. And the judge, I think, has discretion to consider a child of a certain age to be so either unreliable, either in knowing exactly what the truth is, or misunderstanding something, or their testimony being heavily influenced one way or the other. So 11's kind of a close call as to whether a child that age can testify. 7's really pushing it. So depending, I'm assuming that information is coming from the children. I mean, who else would it be coming from? And you're not talking about anybody else in the home. So the entire crux and substance of your case is going to depend on the testimony of either a 7-year-old boy or an 11-year-old girl. And that's not to say theoretically that you couldn't do that, but I think maybe an important next step, well, first, go talk to a child custody lawyer. You need to get with somebody who can guide you as to the specific nature and unique nature of your case without trying to do this yourself. I mean, certainly here we are going over this question, generally speaking, on a website, but this is not legal advice. This is some general things that you might need to look at or talk about if and when you do, and I think you should, go speak with a child custody lawyer. Some other things you might consider would be asking in your petition that CAJA be appointed. That's an independent organization that investigates these sort of issues. They perform home visits. There might be some rules of civil procedure that allow you to inspect an environment that you or your lawyer or maybe a private investigator, if you have those kinds of resources, could go in and inspect the premises and see what sort of furnishings we're dealing with on the other side. But long story short, you've got options here. I mean, doing nothing is an option, but speaking with a lawyer is definitely your next step to really gauge and understand what it would take to be effective in a case like this. That's not to say that these issues aren't important. They are, but if you're going to be as effective as possible, if you really want to commit to doing something about this, you've got to do it the right way. I think just based on what I'm reading here, that it's really going to take somebody advocating for you, advising you, that's going to know a lot more of the specifics here, a lot more of the history here to help you sort of put your case together. And even if at the end of the day, filing a petition doesn't change things, maybe it introduces a certain amount of accountability, and if this stuff really is going on at the other side's house, that they're going to take the steps that are necessary to improve that environment and solve those problems. And that's what's in the best interest of the child at the end of the day, that we actually solve a problem. And if it takes the litigation process to do that, then maybe it's worth it. Make sure that you understand what your end game is. You understand what maybe the theme of your case is, but that you've done some legwork below that. So you're not just coming in with hearsay. You're not just coming in with the statement of a child witness. You're really coming in there and building an effective case, so you know, and you can have the peace of mind that at the end of the day, whatever happens with the case, you left it all on the field and you held the other side accountable and yourself accountable to do what's best for the child each step of the way. Hope that's helpful. Hope you and anybody else that's watching this will check out avvo.com for more information about child custody issues or any sort of legal issue that you and your family might be facing. But if it is a child custody issue, you can certainly contact us, Foxtrot Family Law, at our website, www.thinkfoxtrot.com, or on Facebook. If that's where you're watching YouTube, we're kind of hard to miss out there, so don't hesitate to contact us either. Thanks.